is that we won't be disconnected.
And that happened to you? You know, you've been given that assurance. What happens when you open up the doors to the clinic at 8:30?
We have been given that assurance. That was received this week, and that was on the basis of the actual order, physically being the paper order being placed. So I was pretty nervous in the lead up to that. And we do have a date now for the internal installation, but as I said, we don't actually have NBN yet.
Mm-hmm. So, given your experiences, what's your overall impression of the NBN rollout at Kingston Beach?
I think it's been a pretty drawn-out administrative process. I think the hardware was installed probably without some thought as to the logistics of how NBN rollout would affect individual businesses such as ours. It's been a really good example of the left hand not talking to the right, and customers being in the middle, having to communicate with multiple people and being told, oh, well, now you need to go to NBN Co, they'll give you the answer, or no, that's a high caps issue, or that's Telstra. So that's probably been the hardest part of it all.
Well, good luck when you open your doors to the dental clinic at 8:30. Felicity Sweet, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.
So the latest information that we've received is that the ACCC has stepped in to reassure consumers that there's an agreement between Telstra and NBN Co that if you've got your order in, you won't be disconnected from copper today. But for those who didn't get their order in by 5 p.m. last night, well, it's too late. The copper is going to be switched off today. But NBN Co says it's not too late to order fibre to your premises. However, how long that's going to take is anyone's guess, given the problems that the rollout has had to date. Michael.
OK, Linda Hunt, thank you so much. Yes, it is very, very confusing, isn't it?
And the timeline is the issue. Jess Lilly has just tweeted us, I've had a baby in the time it's taken us to sign up to the NBN. 8 months we've been waiting for our connection. Congratulations, Jess. That's really nice to know that you've safely delivered a child, and you'll have to let people know by carrier pigeon that the baby has arrived, because clearly you can't use the phone.
To do a hard switch off, there would be a lot of people who've signed up who actually haven't got any connection. So what they are doing instead is a progressive switch off. So those who've already got NBN connected, their copper can be switched off. But those who have signed up for the NBN but haven't yet been connected, they will still be able to use their copper today. For example, there are 3 businesses behind me. They're all in that predicament. They've got their orders in for NBN, but it hasn't been delivered in time. So they've been given a guarantee by Telstra and NBN Co that they will still have some connection today, even though that copper switch off has begun.
And Linda, what happens to customers in these places who haven't signed up?
Well, if you are in that situation, then according to NBN Co, it's a bit of a bad luck. You will be finding at some point today, or potentially in the next 2 weeks, depending on how long it actually takes them to turn off the copper, you will be without any connection. Of course, that doesn't mean that you will remain without a connection. You can still sign up for the NBN, but given the problems that rollout has had, and given the fact that businesses behind me that have been signed up or trying to sign up for some time and still haven't been connected, who knows how long that's going to take.
You're in Kingston Beach there, Linda, close to Hobart. Where are the other spots in Tasmania where this switch off is happening?
Yeah, so Kingston Beach is one of 6 spots in Tasmania, and we've got 2 in the north of the state, Georgetown and Deloraine, 2 on the east coast, St Helens and Triabunna, and Kingston Beach and Sorell in the south of the state. Now, those 6 spots were the first 6 in Australia to be connected to the national broadband network 18 months ago. And that's why they are among the first lot to see their old Telstra copper network cut off. And really, these towns have been well, NBN Co like to call it the pioneers for this rollout. Others might suggest they've been more the guinea pigs.
Linda Hunt reporting there. Well, a switch from the copper network to the NBN is happening at 15 locations today. We just heard about the 6 places in Tasmania. 2 suburbs in inner Melbourne are also being switched over today, as well as 3 locations in New South Wales, and 3 places in North Queensland are also being moved to the NBN, as is the small town of Wollonga in South Australia.